Hi, I'm Jeff Gorski, the founder of Javelin. Some of you are probably a little confused in what you have to think about in selecting a javelin. I want to help you with a little bit of some ideas and considerations when you're selecting a javelin. A lot of times you'll still see javelins that have listings of meter ratings, 60 meter, 70 meter, 80 meter, etc. Those meter ratings really don't mean anything anymore because they've redesigned the javelin, so you really cannot have an aerodynamic design specific to a distance that you throw. The meter ratings now are more a measure of how stiff the javelin is, how tempered it is, how soft it is. The softer the javelin, the lower the meter rating probably is going to be, and a soft javelin will wobble and vibrate if you don't apply the force directly along the shaft of the javelin in the throw. The softer javelins are very good for training and for less experienced athletes in competition because the flexible shaft allows your elbow to not get injured as easily because the javelin will bend rather than staying very stiff like a javelin like this, for example, would. And it puts more strain on your elbows and shoulders. One of the considerations also in looking at a javelin is the actual diameter of the javelin itself. There's a bit of a range in the thicknesses. This is one of the highest rated and best made Nordic javelins, and it's made to the maximum specifications allowed by the rules. It has the thickest diameter, and we can check that diameter simply by using these adjustable pliers that stay. So you can see that thickness is pretty much set. When we compare it to another javelin, another very good Nordic javelin of a little bit lower temper, not quite as stiff, and you can see there's a little bit more play in the thickness of that javelin. It's a little bit thinner than this one is. Consequently, it's also going to be a little bit softer. It will bend easier because it's not as thick a tube. And then we can go to the thinnest possible javelins. These are as thin as the rules allow. You can see there's a lot more thickness that is available in this. Consequently, this will be a softer javelin. It will bend more in flight if it's thrown poorly, but it will keep the athlete from getting injured in their shoulder or possibly their elbow. Another aspect of thickness to look at is the actual thickness of the cord grip of the javelin itself. You can see that the black cord is a little bit thicker than the beige cord on this blue javelin, and another way to look at it is, again, to simply measure the thickness. If I open up the grip, I can't even get around the thickness of this javelin at the maximum opening of this pair of pliers, yet with the blue javelin it slides right on. And again, with this javelin, there's a lot of room. Not only is it a thin javelin shaft, it's also a thinner actual cord grip compared to these other two javelins. So one of the things that you'll notice is as the javelins get a stiffer rating, they also have a thicker diameter. The other aspect to look at in selecting the javelin is how blunt or sharp the point is. You can see the difference between these two javelins. A sharper point is going to have less surface area in front of the grip, so it's going to have less ability to lift and rise in flight. It's going to go nose over a lot faster, whereas the fatter nose javelins are going to stay nose up a little longer. They're going to glide a little farther. They're going to carry a little farther. So if you're looking for a javelin that's going to give you maximum performance, the longest throws possible, get the thickest diameter with the fattest cord and a blunt nose. If it's just for young and experienced athletes, somebody just getting into the sport or just beginning training, the thinner javelins with a sharper point are going to work a lot better. Also with young athletes, with young freshmen, sophomores in high school, the junior Olympic athletes that aren't even high school yet, think in terms of the thinner javelins. They have smaller hands. It's going to be easier for them to grab and hold and get good throws with.